Oh, hello, and welcome to week 8 of the Orion Bowl. I am your bitter, sometimes magnanimous commissioner of the Orion Bowl League, and yeah, there's been a lot going on. We are officially here, guys. We're officially halfway through the fantasy NFL season. I literally noticed it earlier on today, and I was walking around going, we're halfway there. I was going to write a song about it, but it infringed on a number of copyrights. So, with all that being said, let's have a quick recap, a quick sneak peek at what happened in week 7 by way of week 7's entourage. Week 7's entourage. So we've got some unlikely ones in this one, mostly at the position of E. You'd never thunk it, but anyway. Vinny Chase, the star this week, had to be Cooper Kupp. He has become the star of the Rams offense, hasn't he? He is just absolutely unbelievable. Did a sterling job for the Legion of Doom, Legion of Hope, sorry, who went on to put up a very impressive score. Actually, he put up the best score of the week, if I'm not mistaken, 121.96, best score of the week. Congratulations, Legion of Hope, and you owe it mostly to one Mr. Cooper Kupp. He has been absolutely fantastic, just an outstanding force, if you will. And yeah. And then at the position of Johnny Drama, the person who is the fucking game, pal, Mr. Jamar Chase. I believe this is the second time he's got this award. He's just showing up. He's showing that he is consistently just somebody to watch, and he really did a great job for the coach's sons, getting them to another much needed victory. And yeah, good win for the coach's sons there. Very well done. You're creeping back into the conversation, aren't you? Little by little, just chipping away. Then Turtle Award of the Week goes to Mr. Damlin Harris. Wow, nobody expected a 23.30 from that dude, and he killed me off, quite frankly. That was a game that should have been winnable, and it wasn't winnable, mostly due to the person who is this week's terrible E, but I'll get to that in a little bit later. There weren't too many really low scores, actually. You got, I think the lowest score this week was the Dennis Trey Gorillas. 87.82, still not a shameful score, but yeah, like I say, yeah, what's his name? Damlin, where's he gone? There he is. Oh, Damian Harris. Sorry, I thought I said Damlin. That's terrible, isn't it? Damian Harris. Sorry. I mean, you expect about a 10 from him. Getting 23, that's kind of ridiculous. And then you have got the Ari Gold, the Jeremy Piven Award goes this week to the Tampa Bay defense, because they were doing it all. I couldn't think of a good Halloween themed song for this one, but it kind of goes with the 12 Days of Christmas. So, you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you had 4 tackle sacks, 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, and only 1 field goal out by the Buccaneers D. How's that, huh? Pretty good, pretty festive. And I've been loving Halloween, by the way. I've been getting so into it. I've been watching documentaries on haunted houses all day. It took everything in my power to get up off the sofa and actually put together this lovely commissioner video for you. So you're welcome. And then the E Award for being the most terrible goes to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, if you have him and he's playing against the Titans D, you got to play him. Who could have predicted that? He left the half on minus, for God's sake. Supposedly the best quarterback in the league. You know what I mean? I was absolutely livid, and that was what killed me off, along with Damian Harris's very, very good performance as well. And it was a good performance from him that helped. You know, Baby got first pick out. Very, very good win for Baby got first pick. Well done to you. I really felt like I should have got that one. Not bitter at all. Anyway, congrats to all the winners and to the losers. It's still pretty close, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a quick look at how the league is panning out, because we are at the halfway point, as I mentioned earlier. So, at the moment, top of the league, team with no nameth. The team with no nameth, my opponents this week, top of the league. Well done, guys. You're putting together a hell of a season. Very quietly, I might add. And the Indianapolis Colts have slipped down to second, but it's only on points difference. They're just an incredible team. And then you've got Legion of Hope on 4 and 3, coming in at third. And then 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, all on 3 and 4. That covers the Dennis Trey Gorillas in 4th, the Baltimore Ravens, myself, in 5th. Then you've got Baby Got first pick in 6th, and the San Diego Harlots taking up 7th position. The Coach's Sons, 2 and 5, but they're on a streak. They're on a streak of 1-1. I haven't managed to get myself to a bloody streak in ages. It's just absolutely dreadful. Dreadful stuff. So, next up, it is time to touch base with the Baltimore Ravens coach, Mr. Coach Burt Green, for Coach's Questions. So, okay, so emails this week. Obviously, it was a bit of a rough week for the Baltimore Ravens. We were expected to win, which it doesn't happen often. The expectations are usually pretty low. Yeah, so was there any way to see Mahomes Gate coming? Yeah, no, I wish there was. I wish I could have looked into my crystal ball and bloody seen that he was going to throw up an absolute egg and leave the half at half-time on minus points. This is one of the highest scoring quarterbacks in the league. I think he was number 1 or 2 going into that game. There was no way to predict that. That was just kind of the football gods just hating on the Baltimore Ravens. At a certain point, the football gods have surely got to cut us a break here. Come on, guys. Second question. Can you keep a tight end healthy? No, it doesn't appear that we can, because Knox has broken his hand, and I thought that Gronkowski was going to be back this week, but now that's a toss-up. So I've decided to roll the dice on Cook for the Chargers. Expect him to go down with a season-ending injury somewhere in quarter number 2. And then last question. Are you really playing Stafford over Mahomes in week 8? The answer to that is yes. Look, at the end of the day, until Kansas City sort out their run options, I really feel like actually Stafford, in most instances, he's playing Houston as well. Houston, their secondary is not good at the moment. Saying that, right, now I've said that, watch Houston just dominate the LA Chargers, but the LA Rams, sorry. I feel like, yeah, until they sort out their run game, look, Pat Mahomes, he's kind of got too much to do. They've got no way to run the ball, so teams know what they're going to try and do. And unfortunately, like we saw last week, when defenses get it right, they can really cause problems for Pat Mahomes. So I actually have more confidence in Matt Stafford this week because he plays the Houston Texans. And that is all we've got time for Coach's Questions this week. Thank you very much for the questions, as always. It was nice that they weren't as abusive this week, I've got to say. That's pretty good. So, let's look forward to week number 8. Let's see. So, we've got Baltimore Ravens taking on the team with no Namath. The team with no Namath have already played 2 players in the early game, being Zach Ertz and Prater for the Cardinals. Now, Prater he only put up 3 points after touchdown. That's ideally you'd want more than that, and ideally you'd want more than that from Zach Ertz as well. You only put up 4.20. So, there is an opening here for old Burt to take out the team who are currently top of the league. Because look, I mean, I feel like I got a tad unlucky last week. I feel like my team is relatively good. I will tell you what scares me though. Ridley, Lamb, Gibson and Fournette and Jalen Hurts. Honestly, I mean, my quarterback situation, I know what's going to happen now. I'm going to get completely screwed because Stafford's going to just put up like a 4 or something like that. And Taylor, he's not got a particularly good matchup this week, although Indianapolis are at home against Tennessee. But Tennessee have been quite good against the run this season. I did and ah about possibly sticking Zach Moss in because I picked him up. He's running against Miami. But you know what? Jonathan Taylor has been the highest scoring offensive player on the Baltimore Ravens team for the last 3 weeks in a row. And yeah, I've got problems at tight end. If Gronk was healthy, then I would say I'd got a better chance. And the Buccaneers defense are on an absolute tear right now, and they're against New Orleans, who don't protect the ball particularly well. So you know what, as much as I would love to clean sweep the team with no Namath this year, I feel like they're probably going to get it done. I feel like they've got, the Buccaneers D, they could be good for 20. Then you've got Calvin Ridley, Lamb, Gibson, Fournette and Hurts, right? Hurts, he's going to be good for 20 points. And the other ones, Fournette, Gibson, Ridley and Lamb, it's like, realistically, 2 out of 4 of those are probably going to get to 24 or 25. That's probably going to happen. I don't think I've got players that are going to put up those kind of numbers to try and compete with it. Yes, okay, no, Ertz and Prater didn't do a particularly good job for him, so you'd be forgiven for thinking maybe the Burts could march in and take advantage. But I feel like they've actually got an awful lot of quality on their team, especially Fournette since he left the Burts and has gone to a decent running coach. He's been lighting the world on fire. So yeah, my pick is team with no Namath. Baby got first pick, taking on the Legion of Hope. Now, there's been a lot of players in the early games on this one. Rogers only put up 15. Hopkins only 6. Edmonds did pretty well with 12.90. But ideally, I think the Legion of Hope would have wanted more than that. They would have wanted more than that, I think. Ugh. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely... I mean, Jones putting up 17 on his own, that's an issue, isn't it? So look, and you've also got, you know, Tom Brady's playing against New Orleans. That's got every chance of being an absolute shootout, hasn't it? And then you've got Moore, Waddle, Gesicki's been pretty good. Harris had a great game last week. I'm not sure about the Colts D. Seahawks against Jacksonville, but the problem is the Seahawks haven't been able to keep the offense on the field for long enough. So, I wouldn't really be playing their defense, but it is against the Jacksonville offense. So, you know, but also Cooper Kupp, man. Cooper Kupp is a real difference maker. Cooper Kupp, Dalvin Cook, and Mixon. But he's already got 17 points from Aaron Jones. I feel like with that good game from Aaron Jones, that's going to give enough to Baby got first pick, and I think they're going to win this week, which means I am going to have to... Which means that's bad news for the Baltimore Ravens, because it means that they're going to go ahead of me, because I really feel like the team with no name are probably beating me. And then we have got the San Diego Harlots versus the Dallas Stray Gorillas. Now, the San Diego Harlots have got their Buffalo players back. That's good. Austin Eckler is expected to play. By the way, don't take that as... That's just what Adam Schefter says on Twitter. Don't hold me responsible if he doesn't, but Eckler should play. Swift probably should play, I think, as well. But yeah, Josh Allen, got Josh Allen back, and Stephon Diggs, like those two connecting, that's going to be real problems for the old Dallas Stray Gorillas. But Dallas Stray Gorillas, they've got Herbert, Kamara, Henderson. Henderson's been on form, and actually they're in a game where they should go ahead. And in theory, they're against Houston. Houston haven't been great this year, and if they go ahead, they're going to run the ball a lot. There could be a lot of points for Darrell Henderson in that one. Keenan Allen as well, very good. Ezekiel Elliott is quietly having quite a good season. And you've got the Rams D, very good matchup against the Houston Texans. The Bills have got against Miami, and they're at home. That's a good matchup. I feel like the Harlots will probably take it. I think the Bills are going to make a big difference to the Harlots there. I feel like the Harlots, they're going to take it, which again, it's bad news whichever one wins for that one for me, because again, I have no confidence that I'll win this week. I need to win this week, but I just don't think I will. Anyway, then we've got the Indianapolis Colts against the coach's sons. So Kyler Murray, questionable. Wasn't good. It just wasn't a good performance, was it? Questionable at best. 9 points. It's not a great start. That is not a great start for the old Indianapolis Colts, who seem to have faltered slightly. You know, they lost last week, which was a shocker to me. It wasn't a shocker to everybody else, because obviously I predicted that the Colts would win, so therefore they were a shoo-in to lose. But he's got Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, and Tyreek Hill. But Tyreek Hill hasn't been ungrateful, although they're at home against the Giants. But I'm not playing Pat Mahomes this week. I feel like they need to improve their run game. Derrick Henry is just an absolute terror. He's got AJ Brown for the Tennessee Titans as well. That's not bad. Then you've got Burrow, Herbert, Gainwell, Jefferson. Jefferson, that's a good one. Well, against Dallas, he might get held back a bit. Kelsey hasn't been doing that much this season. Bass, Bengals D against the Jets is probably a good shout. The Colts are playing the Steelers D against Cleveland. Cleveland do score points, but I feel like that's probably not a bad shout. Interesting. I don't know. The coach's sons, they're quietly getting back into relevance, aren't they? But I think what they need is for Kelsey to have a good game, and then the rest may well fall into place. But I am going to pick with the Colts again. I feel that the Colts they have too many players that could put up 40 points by themselves. So you kind of have to go with them, don't you? But anyway, for those that I picked for prove me right, those that I picked against, prove me wrong. Best of luck in all your matchups this week, and I'll see you next week on the Orion Bowl.